Everything's a vibe. Like, this is science. Everything's got its own frequency. We know that energy is neither created or destroyed, it's merely transferred or transformed. When we speak in energy. I don't even think people pay attention half the time in conversation when I say, I feel you, I feel you, I feel you.
You said I read your mind the other day, but baby, we are just connected deeply in another way. That telepathy connection, energy that's manifested through that melanin, electric currents traveling kinetic. What you thinking?
Call my mama.
But my mama calling me. Coincidence, no higher common sense. I call it ESP. We are magic while this world's unraveling. 5G cannot limit our abilities from traveling. See, I'm on another level, dirty digging. Homie, get the shovel. I'm a rebel in this motherfucker, dancing with these demons. Got them screaming. This world is planting fear inside us. Clearly, I'm just over all the brainwashing. Time to wash your brain of all the pain, of all the stress, all the lies you told yourself. Open your eyes and realize you're a diamond in the rock. Don't let them tell you what you're not. It's time to show the world all this magic that we got with telepathy.
So hear me clearly. For me, language is liberation. The words that we have, they define and describe the very things that free our mind, but only when we choose with intention and pay attention to the frequency of the words that we use to construct our realities. Who do you say that you are? I am. I am. Those two words alone are the very beginning to a powerful sequence of awakening yourself to who and all that you are, have been and will be. We talk in frequency.
Clouded visions, poison minds, can't see clear enough. The world full of interference, so God ain't hearing us. My spouse miles away, can't even take a walk in public. Coronavirus got us locked away like lab subjects. Close your eyes and you can feel the pain, we all connected. Empath, so I sense when every soul's ejected. A mystic, magical, way beyond simplistic. 5G blocking my chi, keeping our signals twisted. Communicate with my mind, mental telepathy. Into nature, so we speak on different frequencies. My third, I watch, the other two never truly see. The world is an illusion shrouded in secrecy. A king by birthright, a god at first sight. Divine shine bright, blind the wicked at first light. Open your heart chakra and let these words shock you. We tell of havoc, use your magic like a witch doctor.
Kemetic or ancient Egyptian words of power that speaks to the soul. I command your soul to listen. Nukta chaz un mesura aritun ak em ta tema'u. Nukta chaz un mesura aritun ak em ta tema'u. Nukta chaz un mesura aritun ak em ta tema'u. The chaz un mesura aritun ak im ta tema'u.
Alright, peace and blessings. Welcome to another episode of Do Knowledge Radio, place where knowledge is born. It's your host, Knowledge Born Alive. We're here on an expansion day, on a Jupiter day, here to do something different, all right? Do something different. It's not something I do, but it's something I'm fenced to do. Okay, do they still say fenced to do? Yeah. Something I'm fenced to do, finna do, fixing to do, whatever it is. So this is the 21 question series where we go from beyond the surface, from the mundane to the essence. Okay, so I can't just be having any old body asking me questions and me asking them questions. All right, so I have one who was bona fide, one who was qualified, one who has walked this spiritual, emotional, physical, and metaphysical realm a billion times. So here to hear from her expertise and get in her business as she gets in my business. So it becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce and present the others and welcome back to her other home. Okay, her other home. Okay, because she from that area where they say other. Okay, other home. The Sexpert, the Wombologist, and the spiritual Reformation whisperer. Mama OD in the building. Yup. I just added something in the end. That's it. That was it right there. Yeah. Oh.
Hey, KB. You know I love coming on here with you.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing tonight?
Does this count as one of the questions? All right, let me make sure. I'm doing excellent. I
Crying.
am doing excellent. Okay. How you doing?
I know that's right. Oh, I'm doing so good. You know, I'm always feeling good with you on the line live with my boy. You know,
That's
I
it.
love coming over here. It been a
That's it.
while.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while, but it's been, time. It's time, right? Time is relative.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into this game over here, 21 questions. Tell us about this bomb flyer. Okay, tell us about this bomb flyer, these services, what you offering, and all of that. I want to get to that, and then at the end, I want to reiterate that one more again. Okay, so tell us about your
Okay.
services, what you got going on. And
Okay. Look, I had to pull my little had to pull it up for y'all. Okay.
pull it up.
Okay, so y'all, if y'all don't already know, I'm Mama OD. My name is Odessa Bay. Okay, but I go by Mama OD. Metaphysical. I have a doctorate in metaphysics. Okay, so metaphysician, metaphysical consultant, womb healer, master mindset coach, and herbal alchemist. And I know that's a lot of big words, but pretty much I study the connection between the spiritual and the physical. I help women heal their wombs, okay, from trauma, and I help women get their minds right, okay, get out of that victim mentality and get into a victor mentality, right? And herbal alchemists mean I'm the herb ladies, okay? So what you need, some tea, steam, birth control, deodorant, I make it happen, okay? So that's what I do. That's who I am. I'm here for the ladies. I love my men. Don't get it twisted. I love my men, but I'm here for the sisters because I'm not a feminist, but I'm very woman centered because I believe that you know, women have the power to change society, change the world, recreate new life. So that's who I'm here to speak to and show my love to. Share my gifts with, if you would.
Bars.
Yeah.
All right, so I got another half a question that don't count as a question per se.
Okay. Half a
So
question.
related to the flyer, okay? Because after the flyer, it was so fly that you went viral. Okay, you went viral. So I want to count that as a question. I wanted you to be able to speak freely about it without having like, why am I wasting my question time on that? No. So tell us what happened, what was going on, and how are the roaches faring? Okay, the virtual roaches, how are they faring after disengagements?
So let's go back to the beginning. Okay, so it was a post I put, and it was like, I don't give a fuck about Diddy. I don't give a fuck about voting. I don't give a fuck about no ports closing. I don't give a fuck about nobody dying. And I don't give a fuck about nobody missing. I don't give a fuck about no hurricanes. I pretty much was saying that all of these things may be real for somebody, but they're not real for me. Okay. And I put out there that I'm on the frequency of love and abundance and gratitude and protection. Okay. And the internet went crazy. I wasn't even expecting people to take it to heart like they did. Okay. I'm getting called a spiritual narcissist and a spiritual bypasser and all of these things. But it's like, at the end of the day, right? Just because I choose not to feed into a reality does not mean that I don't acknowledge that it's real for somebody. I literally said that in the post. I said it may be real for someone, but it's not real for me. It's not my reality. And then everybody's like, well, what if it's your children? And what if it was you? And what if I'm like, it was me in the midst of a category 5 hurricane. It was me in jail. It was me losing family members. I done been there. I done did that. Okay, but I don't live there anymore. You feel what I'm saying? So people was not getting it. I had way more people who positively reacted than people who negatively reacted, but the people who was negatively reacting were like taking it all the way here. Okay. And it's like love is more than just compassion and empathy for other people. You feel what I'm saying? Love is standing firm on your boundaries. Love is protecting yourself. Love is utilizing your spiritual and mental and emotional currency to build up a new reality. How do you build up a new reality? By tearing down the old one. You feel me? And so people don't really be hip. And I'm like, see, this why I need to be here, because I don't know what these spiritual teachers, gurus are teaching about, being old. To me, that's toxic positivity. To me, that's the spiritual bypassing when you're stuck on those lower levels of so-called compassion, when people don't really have, people think compassion is, oh, I'm gonna send you some good energy, oh, I'm gonna pray for you. But how does that help? You feel what I'm saying? How is that changing the situation? How about we put some preventative measures in place? You get what I'm saying? How about start as a collective? Y'all keep talking about these rich people changing the weather. How about we tap into our wombs and our minds and come together as a people, and we start changing the weather. We start changing the land. You feel what I'm saying? But no, it's like so many people want to be oppressed by a system. So many people want to be, oh, the TV told us we're supposed to be sad about this. Oh my gosh, we're seeing all this pain. We're supposed to be sad about this. And I'm like, that don't sit well in my spirit, and I love that so many people felt the same way, that this influx of negative energy that's been pumped in the news and pumped in the media, like, it's something that you have to personally feed into. I don't walk outside my door and see people dying every day. You get what I'm saying? I don't walk outside my door. I don't go up the street. I see homeless people. I see people with signs, but I don't know their story. I don't know if they miserable out there or if that's what they like to do. And as far as death, there's no such thing. Everybody's like, oh, your body's gonna go, but your spirit remains. So it's like, are we living in an illusion, or is this illusion real? And I feel like these are the two people. You know what I mean? Either people are living in creating their reality, this holographic the environment that we're in, you feel what I'm saying, utilizing the different universal principles, or they're feeding into a reality that somebody else has set forth for them. And I'm like, that's the main thing. Like, I'm from the Pluto and Scorpio generation. You feel me? So I'm all here for the death and the rebirth and the transformation of society. Like, that's what needs to happen in order for us to heal the planet. We have to heal ourselves from that survival mode. We got to heal ourselves from all this trauma and, oh, we got to feel bad. Like, you feeling bad does not help the other person. It doesn't. It hurts you. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, that's the whole point. Why do we keep hurting ourselves for the imagined suffering of somebody else? We don't know if this shit is real or not. All we see is what they show us on TV. All we hear is whispers in the street. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody's experience is not the same. Everybody's purpose is not the same here. So it may make sense to some people. It may don't make sense to some people, but I'm only here for the people that it makes sense for, and that's just how I keep it kosher. Like, I sleep good at night. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm in danger. I don't sit around and entertain thoughts of my children dying or something happening to me and my family. Like, I don't sit down all day and do that. I have taken the time to address those shadows of myself where I consciously sat and thought about destruction and death, and then I challenged all those thoughts. But people not doing that. They just sitting ruminating in the negativity. They're not challenging that negativity. And that's what I think makes me a little bit different than most spiritual people. I challenge everything, even my own thoughts, even my own ideas, even my own perspectives. I'm constantly challenging them and questioning them myself so that I can build and fortify and build upon them. You get me? So that was that. Okay. And I'm this a new page because my old page I can't even get into no more. So I'm like, yes, I'm excited that this new page is blowing up. I'm ready to start rebranding my business, and this was kind of like that confirmation for me, like, yeah, girl, you keep teaching them and preaching that truth to their ass. So it just feels good to me. Like, me, any publicity is good publicity. Y'all fake outraged at me. I love it. Feed me all your raging energy.
With their fake outrage. Okay.
Yeah, like, and then let me tell you, I gotta slide this in there. Okay, I gotta slide it in there because we live. Because listen, I posted a post too, and see, I'm like, why this ain't go viral? Let me show you what I said. Oh, because I be like, oh, but they no, huh? Don't nobody have nothing to say on this? Oh, okay. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I gotta talk my shit. Oh, I gotta talk my shit. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Take your time, take your time, take your time, take your time. Okay.
Here we go. It say, if Black women actually had compassion for humanity, ... Let's talk in the comments, right? I said, what happened if Black women had the kind of compassion everyone loves to talk about, but never wants to put into action? If we really cared about freedom, we wouldn't just talk about change at marches and protests. We create entire systems because we're tired of waiting for everyone else to get on board. Said, we build the damn jobs. We'd create housing, not just complain about gentrification. We'd educate, elevate, and innovate. we'd be out here reclaiming land. Okay. And that's my main thing. I'm like, you can go to the tax assessor's office. You and a group of your friends, y'all take y'all tax money, go to the tax assessor's office and go purchase some shit. Go acquire some tax liens on some shit. But nobody's thinking about that. Everybody's just complaining and telling the government what they need to do. When the government is the people, why are we not forming our own shit? You feel me? And that's the type of we fixed the healthcare system. We dismantled the criminal injustice and raised the next revolutionaries. Okay. And it's like, I see so many of us, so-called Black women, women of color, whatever you want to call us, right? Indigenous women, whatever. Okay. Us copper-toned individuals, right? We always talking about what the government is not doing. But why aren't we talking about what we can do as people? You know what I mean? And I think that mindset is what fucks a lot of people up. So many people are afraid to read a damn book or learn something other than what and once our people, skin folk, kinfolk, okay, start realizing that we're gonna have to take our lives into our own hands and stop relying on the capitalist society, okay, then we can get somewhere. But until we start supporting each other, we gonna keep being subject to the will of oppression. You feel me? And I'm like, oh, that shit ain't do no numbers. Oh, y'all ain't like that one, huh? But y'all coming triggered. Too cute.
Bars. So we got 21 questions, okay? We got 21 questions, and we split them in half. So I got 10.5, and Mama OD got 10.5. So we're going to see who can ask the best questions, okay? This ain't the verses, but we're going to see where we go with this, all right? So whenever you're ready, Mama OD, God's first, okay? So you can ask whatever question you like on your list.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up my notes. I got some notes for you.
I got notes too. So hey, look, gotta be prepared, okay? Gotta be prepared up in here, all right?
Okay. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
47.
Do 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 do. Okay. Okay. So you want me to ask my first question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how do you balance spiritual growth with the real world challenges and pressures that come with everyday life?
I don't separate them. Spiritual pressures and everyday life. I mean, life, we spiritual beings, quote unquote, having a human experience. So the relegation in the body that you embody, you have a spirit contract, you have a soul contract, you have an ancestral calling that calls you to the physical realm, an agreement that you made before coming here. So fraternally and maternally, matriarchal and patriarchal. So those spaces, right? This is why you got two sides of your brain, two sides of your body, all of that. You get the best genetics from your father and your mother, and you have your own. So ancestrally, you're composed in that space. So that dualism that exists in reality tends and leads to that. So the balance, right? I like that balance because we're in Libra season, right? The balancing of the scales, the weighing of the heart, the circumscribing of the heart. She's so cold. You understand what I'm saying? Well, she did that magical and masterfully. You understand? So balancing the everyday pressures. I don't have them pressures. You understand? Like before we went live, I was like, the idea of me getting up and punching the clock, you crazy? Look, if I gotta go to work in that capacity, aside from if I understood that there was an intent, a goal, a purpose, I could go do that. If I had to go do that, I would have a specified time frame and I would work backwards. So it'd be like, all right, 6 months. I could do 6 months in reverse and identify my benchmarks and contingencies. But the thought of me being compelled, like folks say, the power of Christ compel you to get up and no, ain't no way in hell. So my reality doesn't work like that. So the spirit reality and the physical reality are intertwined for me. So there's not a balance. It's harmonious. You know, one of my teachers taught me a term that he utilizes. It's called polyrhythmic. So my life was polyrhythmic. So that means that Most High Source has that rhythmic flow and ebb and intercession through the various agencies. So through nature, to our ancestors, to our elders, to us, to our youth, and to our ancestors to return through the bloodline. So there's an interface where all of these things work in harmony, work in tandem, work in agreement, work in alignment, polyrhythmically to create what we see in our reality. So there's not a separation. There's a continuity, there's a space of fluidity that comes along with it. And the only time there's a separation when we separate ourselves outside of it, right? We operate outside of it. We're no longer aligned. We're not membered, we're dismembered. You understand? So we put things back together with harmony and divine. So for me, that there's no separation unless I separate self from it.
Okay, I like that. I like that. That was a trick question. I wanted to see what you was gonna say.
It was tricky, okay? It was
Yeah,
tricky.
but I like that. I love that answer.
All right. I was gonna ask you to pick a number, but since you said what you said, I'm gonna ask you this right here, and we just get to it right here. All right. You often talk about societal taboos and address topics that many shy away from. That's how you went viral, right? What has been the most difficult barrier you have had to overcome in your efforts to normalize conversations around sex, womb health, and spirituality?
Whew, that's a good one.
Eh,
So roadblocks more so like I'm gonna call them uh minor annoyances. Okay, because nothing's gonna stop me from getting this message out here. Okay, but the it's closed-mindedness when it comes to pleasure and understanding sexuality, right? On a full spectrum, okay? Because I help women heal from sexual violation, sexual trauma, okay? And my methods are unorthodox and extreme, okay? So I'm all about facing that trauma. Let's look at it. You feel me? Let's go back and think about the details of what happened and let's reframe thoughts. on our experience. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of times, sometimes that's a touchy thing when you were aggressively violated, or you suffered in some shape, form, or fashion, and you feel that you were victimized pretty much. Okay. And so the one of those things that gets in the way of our healing is that ego, immature ego, where we cannot let go of blame. You feel me? And it's like, oh, well, you're victim shaming by telling women to that is their fault, or and I'm like, I'm not telling you that it's your fault that someone, as a child, that someone how is it your fault as a child? You get what I'm saying? It, to me, it's different if you're an adult who can defend themselves and you choose not to. You feel what I'm saying? Or an adult who can make choices and you do not make the proper choices. You get what I'm saying? In your environment and how you move. You okay? But as a child, it's never your fault. If you're disabled in any way, it's not your fault. However, it is your responsibility as a person who's healing, who's choosing to heal. It is your responsibility to own that has been a part of your identity, and realize how you have been using that victim side of your identity to hold yourself back. Okay. And so that's sometimes a difficult thing to help people understand. However, most people get it after, kind of sitting with themselves and understanding, like, I don't have to be this person anymore. I don't have to be afraid because I can protect myself now. I don't have to be ashamed. I can feel safe inside my body. I have reclaimed the power of my own body. You get me? So I would say that's the biggest hiccup. Okay. The minor annoyance that comes with um broadening minds to uh sexuality, and healing your sexual identity.
That was only question one. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That was only question one. All right. Yeah.
Yo, I came
It's
ready to
getting
go
deep up
deep
in here.
today. Let's get
It's
into it.
getting deep up in here. You know what I'm saying? I might be like, look, I ain't answering no more questions. You know what I'm saying? That was enough. That was enough for me right there. That was a whole show. Like, that was a whole show. That was one question.
Oh, we can get deeper.
Let's go.
Okay. Uh okay. What is one truth about yourself that you've only recently come to accept, and how has it changed your perception on life?
Recent truth.
Yeah, man, it might don't gotta be yesterday, maybe within the
Are
past
you good?
year.
You ain't gotta add nothing
Okay.
to it. I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good. I'm
Okay.
good. I'm
Okay.
channeling an
Okay.
answer. Okay, I'm channeling an answer. Okay, I need to
Got you.
learn.
I
I
got
learned
you.
that I need to be okay with sitting my ass down somewhere. I'm telling you, I had to learn it. I had to learn it. I had to learn it. You know, authoritatively, you could always tell somebody in a loving manner, sit your ass down. You understand what I'm saying? But I had to be okay with it, and then I had to wrestle with the fact that in that space, that space is just as important as being active. It's just as important as being active. The rest space and calming my spirit and my body and my mind down in a way where it's restful and it's not restless. You know what I'm saying? Like being in that space of finding that calm and being okay in that calm and going through those motions because things is tugging at you. You got obligations and responsibilities and all of that other stuff. And you have a responsibility to yourself to sit your ass down. You understand what I'm saying? Like we come from generations of people in this experiment right here that rest equated to
laziness.
subpar, right? Subpar, substandard, whatever it is, and it could cost you life, limb, or eyesight, or separation. So, in that space, shout out to one of my teachers, brother Oba. He's like, we can change paradigms in that space. So you sitting still and you resting and you here affects that timeline there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so that timeline is still intact. So you might still have folks in your ancestral lineage stuck in a loop because you stuck in a loop. So you could see that through the generations. I can speak for the Y chromosome and XY chromosome. It don't deviate too much from great grand to me on both sides. Like it don't deviate. It's not too much change unless there's a disruptor in the ancestral bloodline. So the disruptor in the ancestral bloodline, the redeemer, the real avenger, where they use this term, the Avengers Assemble, right? The redeemer of the bloodline that said, I'm not having that shit. You understand? Like, we're not having it, right? Think not, I came of peace, but to put a sword in the earth, meaning that this thing that it was standing on was faulty and it no longer suits the line. This is why they have lineages listed. So if you knew who those disruptors were in your bloodline, in your ancestry, you can go back and beseech them and be like, great uncle. Okay, like if you like if you in an instance, right? This is why I don't want to segue too much, but it's continuative, right? This is why knowing who your people is important. Because if I'm going into space, like say I got to go into that boat that I was talking about earlier, I got to go to the job, I got to go to my aunt that was never late for work and say, Auntie, I need like the one who shined at work, who was the superstar Stella. I need that essence with me for this 6 months because I need to be focused on what this is because I don't want to do this shit. You understand? So I get with my auntie, and we commune and we like, look, I got 6 months for this, blah, blah, blah. And this is what I'm prepared to do. Boom. And I go do that. So if I'm going in the dice game, I'm not talking to the auntie. I'm talking to my uncle who hit that lick, who had that thing with him. You understand what I'm saying? So understanding who they are and what it means is that space, but also relieving those of the spiritual burden that they still carry from the physical world and saying, nah, I'm chilling. No. Like, no. You know how powerful no is? No. Like, no? Come on, how many people did you just heal in your bloodline? And how many people did you give a choice in the bloodline who's coming after you? You just gave them a choice. You see what I'm saying? So now they know what no is. Like, no. After mommy and daddy, one of the first things that your children spake unto you is no, because you telling they ass no every few minutes. No, stop, no, stop, no, stop, no, stop, no, stop, no, stop, no, stop. So they just come out talking about stop, stop. No, in the same inflection. You're like, who are you talking to? You talk to me like that. So I'm talking to you in that same kind of way. So I'm mirroring that. So I'm telling them, no, it's okay. It's okay. Resistance, right? Fight. Yeah, let's go. Fight. Like I'm with that. Let's deal with that. Let's address those things in the bloodline that they didn't have an opportunity to address. But you can't do that if you're not well rested, if you're not have a restful mind, a restful heart, a restful spirit, a restful being. If you speak in the space of restlessness and you think that that's progress in the physical world, it could cost you everything on every other level. So yeah, I learned that recently. Sit your ass down somewhere and be okay with that shit. All right.
I love that. Yeah, because that's something I've been teaching for a while about internalized capitalism and
Mm-hmm.
how it makes us feel like if we're not being productive, we're lazy or like you said, less than. And so
Mm-hmm.
that been my message for maybe the past 3 or 4 years, because I got put on to that term and I was like, internalized capitalism, what does that mean? And it's like we're trained to do, and so when you awakening, you're like, and elevating, you're like, I just want to be like, I'm tired of doing. So you spoke a word there. I want to answer
Right.
my own question because I learned recently how to shut the fuck up.
Ooh,
Okay,
sit
shut
your
the
ass down
hell
and
up.
shut ass up.
And
The
okay, okay, what my girl said off Jackie Brown, shut your raggedy ass up and sit the fuck down. All right, woman, damn. That's my shit. But yes, it's real out here. And I love the piece that you have found from learning to sit your ass down somewhere. Okay. I love to see that, especially with my brothers, because y'all just, oh, and I know you a hard working man. I be seeing you all the time. Just boom, boom, boom. And I be like, look at this boy. Yeah, he ain't sat down yet. But
Mhm.
I'm glad you getting into that. Okay. Don't make me come get on you about
Yes, ma'am. Hold me accountable.
it.
Hold me accountable.
That's right. What you got for me?
All right. In the practice, you emphasized the sacred connection between womb and spirituality. How do you see this connection influencing the emotional and spiritual well-being of women in the world today?
All right, look.
Go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get it.
Woo!
Go ahead and get it.
Listen. Okay, so the first thing that women need to know, okay, is that we have hormone. Our pineal gland works directly with our womb, directly. Okay. And so if people don't know what the endocrine system is or does, they might want to look that up, right? Because an emotion is a chemical reaction. It only lasts 6 to 9 seconds in your body, right? But the amount and the frequency with which those chemicals are secreted with a trigger is based on information that's been collected. Okay. So when it comes to women and understanding how their womb health affects their emotions and how their emotions can affect their womb health, is we need to understand that the womb is the seat of our spirit, of our emotions. Okay, the womb is a major uh organ and when it comes to the holding and nurturing of our inner reality, okay, because that is a literal portal, right? When the egg and the sperm meet together, there is an explosion of zinc in your womb, right? And so it's like our bodies can hold the spark of life, and that means it can also hold a destructive force as well. Okay, and emotions can be destructive over time. If people study energy, then we understand that certain body parts hold certain emotions. They store there. So for our womb, I believe our womb stores way more than grief. I believe our womb stores every emotion there. Okay, now it ain't too much to read on that part, there's a few things, but these are just some things I learned from tapping into my womb, studying her, like you said, sitting in silence and visualizing her. Okay. And a lot of women don't understand. They like, oh, I can't get rid of these fibroids. I can't get rid of these cysts. Oh, this endometriosis. I can't carry a baby to term. I keep having all these miscarriages. And the first thing I ask is, well, what's your anger like? Are you grieving anything? Are you a happy person with sad experiences? Are you a sad person with happy experiences? And a lot of women are angry and bitter and resentful and depressed, low key, sad, low self-esteem. You know what I mean? And all of that accumulates in your womb. All of those feelings of lack accumulate in your womb. And so that's why I believe that it's so important. It's so important to manage what you're giving your emotional currency to. We got estrogen, progesterone, luteinizing hormones, all of these things that's being secreted from our ovaries. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like we need to be more mindful of what is mixing up, okay, in that womb space, and that's my word on it. Yeah, that's my word on it.
Okay. All right.
Okay, you ready? You ready for your question?
Yes, ma'am. I got to call a
Okay.
lifeline or something.
Nah, you don't need to call no lifeline. Mama OD right here. I'll save you if
phone,
you need to now.
phone a friend over here and be like, I'm joking. I'm ready.
Okay. So my question is, how do you view vulnerability? As a strength, as a risk, or as something else? And why?
Vulnerability as a strength. What was the second option?
It's as a strength, as a risk, or something else entirely.
They're all they all commingle, and they may be subjective depending on what the circumstance or situation is. See, the other question when I was asking about the connection between spirit and womb, that's like mind and heart together for the men that are listening. Your mind and your heart. Your heart. Listen, as the man thinketh in his mind, that's his heart. It's his mind and his heart. They're one. The Father and I are one. When you see me, you see the Father, right? So you see men, that are reflective. They live in their head or they live in their heart, right? So they'll fight you about what they think or what they feel. You understand what I'm saying? And if they feel what they think and think what they feel, all of that all together, right? There's a space. So you have to guard that. You have to guard that. That you have to guard that chastity. You have to guard that chastity because this is where the spark of life comes from. So your head is a womb, man. Your head is a womb, man. Your heart is a womb, man. And your third womb is your stomach. So they say the way to a man's heart is to his what? Stomach.
His stomach, that's right.
So when you look at issues in regards to reproductive health for a man, what is he putting in his stomach? But before it gets to his stomach, what's he putting in his head? What's he putting in his heart? What's he putting in his stomach? So your productivity, your ability to be able to reproduce, be able to replicate, all of these things, they're all intertwined. So vulnerability is your intuitive way or my intuitive way of saying that there's something at a deficit. Like pain in your body. Pain is associated with memory. Pain will remind you. Okay? You go back to the pain, like music will remind you. So the ability to be vulnerable in a circumstance, a situation that is deemed righteously so, not emotionally so, not temporarily so. You can't be vulnerable in a situation and divulge some shit and say, I wish I'd never said it. You have to know that that is the set in the circumstance in regards to that. That space of openness is what's that P word you used earlier, portal? It's a portal that you allow someone to access when you divulge that thing. That is the most sacred thing. Now, to my God sisters that are listening, that is the most sacred space you could ever be to a man, and that man is vulnerable and open with you. And the worst shit you could ever do in life in that instance is betray that access trust. You will never have that access again, right? You'll never have access to that why again. It's over. It's a wrap. Okay? So in that moment of vulnerability, it's dualistic. It works both ways. Brothers, it works the other way also. You're done for. Okay? That door closes, it doesn't open again. So access to your head, access to your heart, access to your stomach. And I use that Holy Trinity for a reason, because these are the places where you can be most vulnerable. All three of these places are connected to your body's ability to fight off foreign entity. That your body has an immune system, right? Dr. Mimbani says culture is a people's immune system. So you have a cultural immune system. So you have an emotional immune system. You have a body physical immune system. And you also have a spiritual immune system. So what's fighting off these entities that are seeking to gain access to you? If you ever heard of a term called psychic self-defense, these are these entities. So what are you ingesting? When you was talking about what you paying attention to, what are you eating mentally? What are you eating spiritually? What are you eating physically? All of these things have a space. So in regards to that vulnerability, you have to be able to divulge something that speaks to an imperfection or a defect. So it's a strength when it's a space where you are wise enough to be able to get access to help you, right? And then the other one, when it's able to hurt you, it's this. it's a lesser form. So when you gave it out frivolously and it comes back to haunt you or hurt you, and then something else entirely is it's a space for you to be able to meet an aspect of you that you never knew existed before. That's what they call a breakthrough. That means you had a max, right? You had a max, and now you discovered a new max. So now in that situation, you was introduced to another aspect of yourself that you didn't know existed before. I don't know what came over me. I don't know what happened. Yeah, these things are intertwined now. So in that space of vulnerability, it might discover you, another aspect of you. So I'll say this last little part about it. In the space of vulnerability, there's an aspect of it that's called dissatisfaction, right? And one of the things I learned was dissatisfaction either borns God or makes devil, and the choice is yours. So whoever you give it that access to, or whoever you divulge that space of being vulnerable with, even if it's yourself, even if it's yourself. So it's not just an external space, it's also an internal space. You can betray yourself and lock yourself out of a space. You hear folks say, don't block your own blessings. Yeah. So this is where
Mm-hmm.
those imposter syndromes and all that other stuff that they got buzzwords for nowadays come from. That negative self-talk, that self-doubt, and all of those things. So all of those things come from that vulnerability of you being open, or you seeking to question something for your benefit, and it works for your detriment. And it could work for your detriment internally or externally, and it also could work for your benefit internally or externally.
All right now. I like that. I love how you break stuff down. You just so thorough. I love that.
I got it from your notes. Okay, I'm looking at your notes right now over here.
Okay. You so silly.
We almost had an hour, and we only went through how many questions? Three? What was it, three or four?
Okay, about three. Yeah, three. Let's see. One, two. Yeah, three questions each.
See, look at that. Somebody come look at this. Okay, somebody come look at this. All right. Since we go in there, all right. You carry such a powerful presence in the work you do, but I'm sure it hasn't always been easy. Can you share a time when you felt vulnerable or uncertain in your journey, and how you found strength to keep moving forward?
Yeah. And this is actually a good
Yeah.
one. Yeah, because this are more recent, okay, within the past like 2 years. So um let's see where to begin. Um so I was just in jail, okay, for 6 months. October 15th, 2022 was when I went to jail, and I got out like the 1st of April of 2023. Okay. And so when I went to talk to my probation people or whatever, and the lady was asking me like what I do, and I was like, yeah, I'm a life coach, and I um help women with herbs, and I help women heal. And she was like, well, how are you a life coach if you got this you got all this going on? And I was like, well, and it threw me off for a second, because I was like, damn, she had the audacity to ask me some shit like that. But it was like, who wants advice or guidance from someone who's never been through anything or who hasn't faced adversity and made it through the adversity, you know? And she was like, okay. And I'm like, this is just one chapter of my life. This is not my whole story. I'm just 33 or more, you know? So it's like, I'm not perfect, you know, but my mindset is what gets me through hardships. The way I think, the way I move, you know, I can admit when I make a mistake. I can admit when I'm wrong, you know, even though it's not too often that I'm just wrong. You know. But you know, I don't have a problem at common, like if I've offended someone and I genuinely was not trying to offend you, like I know how to have I know how to have humility. You get what I'm saying? To me, it's a difference between being humble and having humility. Okay, to me, humility comes with confidence. I know what I'm able and available to do. I know what I can and what I cannot do. You know, so I think that was one of those times, you know, when I getting back started into my preaching and teaching after sitting pregnant for 6 months, after letting my emotions get the best of me, because that's what happened, you know, and why I snapped, you know. I had it made up in my mind pretty much what I was gonna do, you know, and I did not let that calm voice of reason guide me. Okay. However, I know that it served a purpose because I'm such a sweetheart. Like, people don't know me in real life. People don't know how I used to be a pushover and used to let people walk all over me and let shit slide all the time. People don't know that. So people don't get to see the soft and compassionate side of me like I am to my children or my loved ones. You know, everybody doesn't get to see that side of me anymore. So it's like I was giving love and nurturing and compassion to someone who did not deserve that from me. You know, and instead of just leaving, I snapped the fuck out to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't feel no kind of way about it. To me, it's like it's a story. And if you sit and listen to the story, you'll understand why I allowed it to happen. You get what I'm saying? But I think that was one of the biggest things, like this, like, goodness gracious, I'm supposed to be, you know, I was telling myself I'm supposed to be at this point. If I would have never got locked up, then I wouldn't have had to start all over again, and I could have just kept going. You know, that was one of those things for me. But how I got over it is how I get over everything. I just tell myself, and I know and believe wholeheartedly that everything that happens, every choice that I make is for my greatest good. I see proof of it all the time. You know, I make sense of the pain. I make sense of the drama. You get what I'm saying? So that's what helps me to kind of snap out of that, I call it that imposter syndrome, you know, where you feel unqualified because of whatever you done been through. I'm like, no, I remind myself, baby girl, what you been through, your testimony is what makes your magic. You know, that's what helps people, is them seeing like, this bitch, she done kept it pushing, lost everything, and done came back up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I love that my story is full of ups and downs, and that I can teach from my mistakes. You know, teach from what I learned from my mistakes and show my growth, you know, in each step. So that's what keeps me going. Like, I'm learning. If I'm not learning, then I'm dead. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at.
Look, before I answer another question, we're gonna take us a little music break. Okay, we're gonna take us a
A
little
little music
couple of
break.
minute
Okay.
music break. We're gonna have our muse to help us think. You understand what I'm saying? We'll be right back here with Mama OD getting all in my spiritual business. You understand what I'm saying? And Knowledge Born Alive here on Two Knowledge Radio, 21 question series. All right, be right back.
The perverted, corrupted science itself. Because at one time it was just the science of living and surviving here on this planet. Science of life.
You think cause you were started, you read it in my creation. I'm God Zodiac, I'm made from constellations. My brain is a bomb waiting to flame, an abomination. No change in the bomber's nation, just some more dollars placed in the pockets of Satan. While I walk amongst the blind, explaining chakras to the cavemen. I'm locking from the grave, sending doctors to the shamans. Scientists ashamed of getting knowledge from the pagans. I'm in Nirvana with militant, philosophical, diligent builders aiming for spots in the lost nation. I mean the all in all, the cream of God hopped and rise to the occasion, surprised that we invading your time's finished, diminished. I'm live from the awakening. Cameras on tilt as I flex my success. I'm fly, look what I built. Smooth just like silk in the groove. You might built if your lotus ain't focused and sewn just like a quilt from the needle to the record to the laser. My behavior resembles the high savior. See my 2 fingers up, yelling peace to the gods, waving bye to the haters, standing on the black dot in the center of my square. In the middle of the circle, I designed the creator. Khalifa when I speak through the speaker. Thoughts of a magician is lost in mysticism that reached the non-believer. I shine in your theater.
The clock was already moving before you saw the wheels turn.
IAK, send it to MC for the record. Each song is the part that makes me. Signs of the time, the future I foresee. KAZOD, IAK, send it to MC for the record. Each song is the part that makes me. Wheel of the spirit, the stars indeed. Who's better than this? Intelligentness. Clouds like I pass heaven to split. Killing cops, shaming treacherousness. You serve the devil, you're protecting the myth. Professional hitman, I spit excellence. I connect you to bliss. Grab this pebble from my hand and I let you exist. But if you don't, well, I spit a ghost spell. Get off my coattails. My coach is our God. I live it so well. The life of a G as high as can be. A soul model, what your role model aspires to be. True boss life. In order to lead, you need foresight. We came rich for PRT. We ain't poor, right? Error of the rich righteous. That fix the crisis of the terror of the mid-lifeless. The myth virus infecting the whole planet. Infected the globe. Medic depressing my soul. Answers the questions. I'm like Osiris flying in the gold-plated sky disc with no pilot. Kingdom of heaven, you can walk through my gate but speak certainty. Silence is a virtuous trait. I was more amazing. I ain't have to learn to be great. When every child's born, they ain't have to learn to create. It's when it feels rejected. That's when love turns into hate. God leap through a hole within space. Welcome to my dimension. When you think of the God, well, I'm the guy you mentioned. KAZOD, IAK, send it to MC for the record. Each song is the part that makes me. Signs of the time, future I foresee. KAZOD, IAK, send it to MC for the record. Each song is the part that makes me. Wheel of the spirit, the stars, the spirit, the stars, the
You're not ready for that.
Wheel of the spirit, the stars, the spirit, the stars,
the dynamic of law is in that wheel. Man discovered that shit. You just ain't ready to take on that dimension.
We just really regurgitate
What the creators already know.
But no matter how we try to spin it, it's the same wheel.
Hey, Sunshine Monet.
with the affirmations to enjoy your day with.
Sunshine Monet.
You are listening to Chakra Music.
I came through with intentions of destruction. You said you wanted freedom, well it's me then that you wanted. I moved in gratitude as my soul was being summoned. The consciousness has returned, Christ is really coming. I make these flows for the souls of Drish and Indigo. I make some goals for they glow since they was embryos. Access the records, they lectures, keep your principles. Enemies infect you, don't let them reach your pinnacles. Reversing curses that's embedded in religions. They wound up in your soul, that's why you feel tension. I'm remixing declensions before Sumerians existed. It's something in the water, don't get caught, you'll get acidic. I bury enemies, pay pinnacles to the witness. You say my name in threes, I appear in your vision. Write Iliads in me, I'm the witcher in your system. Silly as can be, there's no opposite in infinite. I'm the goddess of crossroads, touching all directions. With the skull and crossbones that call to the vexes. I applaud the protectors, I'm the god of inflection. They see the demon in me and still pause the respecters. I need no translation, vibrating from universe. My throat mansplaining while my yoni do the work. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arts. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs.
Enoch 7 prophet, move like the four winds do. My energy is useful, my thoughts are old school. So I move with a Bob Slim. Say I'm sexy, haircut like Anita Baker, real lovely. Caught up in the rapture, it's kinda risque. Kisses and faces on public is real frisky. Touche.
You are listening to Chakra Music.
Mask off.
I have to give y'all a little love. Okay, give y'all a little moment to get it together, because we was questioning each other, and then y'all started questioning yourself. We want y'all to do that, but we don't want y'all to have your minds all inundated and all percolated up in there. You understand what I'm saying? We wanted you to. Nice. So we had to put a little music in there for you to do the percolator. I seen some of y'all out there. Y'all was doing the percolator while that music was going on. It's time for the perk. Oh, my bad. Maybe I'm old. I don't know what they do anymore. I don't know what they're doing anymore. Maybe they was doing the stanky leg. Is that oldish?
Listen, I still be doing the stanky leg. I'm gonna hit that thing one time for the one time.
The stanky leg. Okay. Yeah. So it's my turn to ask you a question again. Is that it?
Let me see. I think it's my turn to ask you a question.
All right. Okay.
I think you said before you answered.
I tried, y'all. Y'all see, look, I tried it. She was like, ain't no way. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you trying to get out of your question? Nah. Okay, you ready for this question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. What is one cultural or societal taboo that you feel holds people back from fully embracing their personal truth?
Listening to some ish somebody else done told them that they done normalized in their life, that ain't true for theirs. Okay? It ain't true for theirs. All right. Because it worked for your uncle and your auntie, don't necessarily mean that it worked for you. Okay? You have to know what works for you and how it works for you. And it's a couple of ways to measure it. Does the information that you're receiving, or the societal norm, or whatever this indoctrination that's being placed upon thou, okay, or placed upon thou, all right, is it good for you in spirit and in truth, in your personal, your professional, your celestial and terrestrial traversing of this physical experience. What the hell did I just say? Is it good for you mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? And is it getting you further towards your goals, aims, and objectives from the lessons you're supposed to learn and what you're supposed to complete on the planet or not? All right. So this is where you put it since we in Libra scale. Okay, we get to hold up them, get to hold them up because, get to hold them up. All right. Hold them in your hands. Okay. Put the whole world in your hands. All right. And measure it in that facet. Is this the indoctrination that you holding on to? That's tradition, or it's all you know, or whatever it is. You get into roles. You get into roles and responsibility. We got stuff where we going back and forth with the gender roles
That
and the
part.
50-50 and where to take me and where not to take me and all of these other things. When you gauge it, you have a set of criteria. These things are readily available in your genetic coding, your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual genetic coding. They're there. So your predisposition, it's already there and contained. Is what somebody about to tell you going to help you in these facets? If not, tell them to sit their ass down somewhere. Okay? Respectfully though, like find a tactful way and say, I appreciate your perspective and your outlook, and I'm thankful that you would take time out of your schedule to share this information with me. It's insightful and impactful. Thank you. You ain't got to tell them, oh, I ain't about to do that dumbass shit you didn't told me that worked for your dumbass. Da, 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 da. You ain't got to do all that. Okay? You ain't got to do all that because if they cared enough to give you that perspective from their perspective, they're giving it to you from their heart space. And the last thing you want to do is invalidate somebody's heart space unless you're in a proper fight space. Because you're gonna fight one way or another. You understand what I'm saying? Like, look, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Telling you. Thank you. All right. And you move out. But that's the gauge. So oftentimes we get ourselves caught up in traditionalism, like my grandmama and my granddaddy ate ham, so I'm eating ham. What? What? Yeah. So no, if you want to make different decisions based on your life path, based off of your trajectory of your life and what your destiny is, then these things have to be customizable towards your destiny. You have to be able to do some things that you never did to become who you never was, and throw some things in the trash that can clear up some things that came before. So yeah, if you don't, if it ain't useful in that space, it ain't useful. Okay, if it ain't useful towards your elevation, your resurrection, your rise, then it's going to be something that might lead to your demise. All right. Okay. So you got to be careful.
Glory.
Don't be sorry. Be careful. Okay. Don't be sorry. Be careful.
Glory. No, I love that too. I love that message about the long term.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it gonna help you in the long term?
That's it.
Oh, cause this society so popcorn, microwave, hurry up,
Mm-hmm.
consume. Gotta have it right now, right now. Oh, you know, but slowing down and being like, is this gonna help me tomorrow? Is this gonna help me, my children? Is this gonna help my children?
Right.
Because you know that's who we need to help them children. You okay? So I love that. I love that message. Glory, 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 glory. Okay.
In the middle, in the interim, okay, we got to be able to advertise. Okay. So Mama OD, we on your website, okay? We on here.
Oh, okay. I see. That's my Lord. I see my Lord.
How
Okay, you
to?
want me to read it?
No, you ain't got to read it.
Okay.
Just tell us. Just tell us what we got going on, what we looking at. Okay.
Okay, this what we got going on. Okay, so like I told y'all, if y'all was listening earlier, I am revamping, rebranding, recasting my life. Okay. I'm coming more organized. I'm coming with more unique approaches, okay, to my mentorship and my classes and my readings and my natal chart interpretations, okay? So for all my people who want to be updated when new things are added, when new services, new products, new challenges, we got a 31-day identity upgrade challenge going on right now for the month of October. I think we on about day 10. Yeah, we started on the 1st, so day 10. We on today. So if you are interested in consultation with me, we got a link for that. There's a link for my inner child healing journal right now, so there's a link for that. The link is still active for the 31-day challenge, and you can download it. You don't have to use it for October. You can use it for any 31 days, okay? And it's free. It's free. It's free. Okay. So that's what this website has available for you guys. Okay, for the people who need me. And like I can't wait until winter time, Mama OD. I can't wait until spring next year. I can't wait for you to have all of this stuff ready. Okay, then you'll have to subscribe to my list or contact me via this platform here so that we can set up something, okay, for you, with you, okay? Because I am privately offering my rent a friend services, and that's like a mini mentorship, okay? But like you see right here, for most people, if you just need a quick resolution, or you just want to talk it out and get it out and get a plan of action together, you can do a 30-minute consultation, and you can let me know what you got going on, whether you got womb issues, brain issues, man issues, child issues, okay? I can get to the bottom of how it's you, okay, and help you work yourself from the inside out, work your solution, okay? And that's what I got for y'all. I'm so excited about my little website. Oh, I've been waiting to get something that I can send emails, and so this platform is just so perfect for that.
Do my quick commercial real quick. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. Got my ebook series, Voices of the Diaspora. See, look, Mama OD making me promote before I smack you in the forehead. I was like, all right. I don't want to get smacked in the forehead. Not on live internets, okay? Because somebody will take it and keep it. Interactive, empowering series geared at those and custom made for those who don't like reading. They think reading is a chore, okay? But you're reading this right here, all right? You're reading this. You got to read the website. You're like, all right. You got to read the timeline. You got to read your DM, okay? You got to read your inbox. Reading is fun for your mental.
For the mental.
For the mental. So you can go to duknowledgeradio.com and get the ebook series, Voices of the Diaspora, okay? You can get each volume for $9 a piece, or you can get all 5 volumes that are currently in circulation, 5 more to follow, for $36 right here. You click on that and you get it. All right. And you get it. I'm going to just show them what the books is looking like for 2 seconds. Okay, Mama OD.
Yeah.
So they see
Take your time.
what they doing right here. Because if I don't do it now, I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
So I do it in this moment. Okay. This is
Mm-hmm.
volume 1.
That's right.
And volume 1 is dedicated to entrepreneurialism. Okay, entrepreneurialism. This ain't for the spiritual capitalist. All right, that's another class for somebody else. This is for the entrepreneur in you. Okay, so check it out real quick. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Full with some resources there and some stories, trials, tribulations, everything. So I'm going to do that real quick. That is volume 1. Volume 2, dedicated to the Black woman, the melanated woman, whatever you calling yourself. Okay. This is for you. Okay. This is for you. This is my love letter. Okay. I come from you. Without you, I would not be here. So this is my love letter scribe to you. So we spotlighting 100 Black women who changed the world. All Black women changed the world. You understand what I'm saying? Thus saith the Lord of hosts. Thus saith. Okay. So this is volume 2. Okay. My love letter to remind Black women that you are loved, you are honored, you are revered. Okay. So that reminder resonates. All right. Volume 3 and volume 4 are dedicated to the revolutionary thought leaders of our day and time. So we're not out here reinventing the wheel. If you're thinking a protest is it, whatever, no, they put some things in action. Okay. Some things in action. They was building something. They kicked some folks out of some place. You understand what I'm saying? So if you want that blueprint, you get a chance to look at it. And that's volume 3. And as I said, volume 3 and volume 4 are dedicated to the thinkers and the doers, okay, in regards to revolutionary thought and ideology right here. All right. So packed. Okay, packed. So you open this book, you see Queen and Zinga. You understand? We ain't playing over here. All right. Let me look real quick. Volume 4. So y'all open this book, you see Queen and Zinga, right? Boom. All right. So volume 5, this is the last volume that's available for circulation. Some folks done got these volumes already and they're getting to work. All right. So in the space of science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, building sustainability right here. And at a later date, I'll go through all of the volumes and give a little breakdown, give an opportunity for all of these things. But I just wanted y'all to see what you're investing in. So you're investing in your future in that space. So again, www.donaldsradio.com, and you can order them here. And if you don't want to go through all that red tape right there, quote unquote, click on the thing and press buy and go through PayPal and all that, you can send me a Cash App right here. Cash App $$ and put your email in the subject line, and you will get these ebooks ASAPly. Okay? ASAPly. All right. So that's it right there. Is that a word? Did I make it up? ASAPly.
I like it. ASAPly. It's a mix between ASAP and expeditiously.
Right. So, is it my turn to ask you a question, or is it your turn to ask me?
I think it
Where we
is
going?
your turn now to
Look at
ask
God.
me a
Look
question.
at God. Won't she do it? Okay, because I wasn't ready to answer no more questions right there. Right?
Quiet.
Saying, right? All right. All right. Being that you work with so many of our women, is there one story or experience from a client that's deeply impacted you or changed the way you approach your work?
Um, that's a really good question. And I can't say that there's just one that really stands out because I just get so much love and support from so many different types of women, and stories of women. Um, but I can say that working with women as a whole and working with women who are actively seeking to resolve their trauma, that has changed me a lot because I didn't see a lot of women looking for change growing up. You know what I mean? I didn't see that. That wasn't pumped, around me. And so it lets me know that I'm not alone in my journey to heal myself by healing others, and heal others through healing myself. It's given me that confirmation and that confidence and that calm, that's needed to kind of keep persevering and keep pushing through and keep coming with my extreme accountability and to keep coming with my unorthodox healing. Every woman that sends me a message and be like, sis, I just want to show you some love because you've helped me so much. And like more recently, I've had two sisters that I look up to online. Okay, they are like financial gurus in my eyes. Okay, legacy builders to me, and they have both kind of reached out to me like, sis, you have impacted me, you've helped me. And I'm like, oh my God. It's like finding out your celebrity crush like you too, you know what I mean? So it's like I love to see that women are inspired by my my muchness. That's what I call it. My extra, my outlandish, you know, um experiences and opinions based on those experiences. I love that inspires women to stand up more and share their story and be more comfortable in their bodies and love themselves more because they have an example of a woman who don't give a fuck what nobody think. Okay, and I tell them, my kids too, they like, oh, what if my kids grow up to just hate me? Guess what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to live with that. I'm not gonna force them to have no relationship with me. If my man decide he want to leave, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let him go. Like I'm not one of those people that uh can't let go when it's time. You feel what I'm saying? So all that to say that every woman that I work with changes me in some shape, form, or fashion. And their stories help me to fine tune my formula of what I address and how I address it, and also, you know, uh curating that tone of big sister love, big mama love, that a lot of us women didn't have that love and nurturing, but also that girl, if you don't, you know, sit your ass to get this shit together. Look, pop, we need that sometimes. So every experience with my sisters has helped me to grow and evolve as a woman. And I love that because I believe that is what is supposed to happen. Women, we all come together on our different levels of self, and we expose ourselves and honorable with each other, and that helps heal each other.
Okay. Them transformative experiences right there, shaping and molding and building up your fortitude, connection to your purpose. Okay. On purpose up in here.
That's right. That's right.
How many questions we got left? You keeping track.
Can we do maybe 2 more questions? Okay, 2 more questions. Cause my children, they coming to the door looking crazy like, Mom, you said.
Yeah. You said you bought the bottle of beer at 9:00, and then you said you bought the bottle of beer.
Right. Well, Mom,
Yeah, so
we said we
let's
was
do
getting
one.
kind of hungry.
Yeah, let's do one. Let's
Say,
do one.
say.
Let's do
One more
more.
question. Okay, we can do one more.
We'll do a part 2.
A part 2.
Yeah.
Yo. Okay, one more each. Cause I got mine ready for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Let's see. Okay. What lessons have you learned about power, both personal and in relationships, that you wish you had known sooner?
That's a whole show.
A whole show. Okay, want me to do a
Yeah.
different one? Okay, hold on.
I'll answer it. I'll answer it in part. I think that's a whole show dynamic that we should discuss together and get the people.
Okay, well, let's save it. I'll do a different one. Let's save it.
Okay. All right, because I'm like,
Let's
that
save it.
like that.
Yeah, yeah. Let's say that one yeah. Let's say that one.
Right.
Let's say that one for Let's Be Real.
Right.
Since we in the Libra season, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna do let me. All right. So let's do this one then. What role do boundaries play in your life, and how have they helped shape your relationship?
The last part of the question broke up. How do they
Oh, my
shape your
apologies.
relationship?
Okay, let's do it again. What role do boundaries play in your life, and how have they helped shape your relationships with others and yourself?
Ooh, I had to place boundaries within myself. And I tell you, let me tell you, people will tell you that they love you until you put up some boundaries and some requirements and some things, right? Once you introduce a little bit of the bound, the from the from the boundless universe to boundary, like, oh, all of a sudden, those who truly love you show themselves, and those who were reminders of why you put up boundaries in the first place reveal themselves. So I learned through boundaries with myself in that relationship that I could see myself for the first time. Because in that boundary space, where there's a lack of boundary, you see yourself in what you can provide or do for everybody else. So you disregard self and you violate the first law of nature, which is self preservation. So you don't become in tune or akin in that space with self. So you're supposed to keep yourself in due bounds. That's a universal principle. But are you keeping self within those due bounds? So, in that aspect of being bound to something, you can bind yourself to other things and people and purpose and da 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 da. That's what relationship is, right? But what sort of relate do you have to yourself? So, in boundaries, yeah, that role became very eye opening in regards to what it meant to me internally. I could keep everybody else in due bounds. Boundary and distance ain't the same damn thing. You could say, oh, okay, I could love you from a distance. That ain't the same thing as placing a boundary. They might commingle, they might have some resonance. So you don't respect my boundaries, so I'm putting distance in between you and I. That might be a consequence. But you can be in close proximity and not have access, not have the access. So you learn the lesson. So there's a boundary. Everybody's bound to those universal principles, whether they're material or immaterial, whether they're material or immaterial, whether they're important in your life or they're not important in your life. So that thing I had to learn in regards to that, with that relationship to myself, made it easier in my circumnavigation of relationships with others. I know what I'm not having. Okay. And they know what they're not having based off of that. So what Miss Betty Wright say, peace and blessings be upon her. Hang if you can hang, no pain, no gain. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so that's what she said when she said what she said. So that was it. Hang if you can hang. No pain, no gain. You know what I'm saying? In order to get something, you got to give something. All right. That's what she said when she was
All right
taking
now.
us to church. Okay, when she was taking us to church. So yeah, in regards to boundary, that's my relationship with it, and it became something that was a discipline. This platform also for me
Mm.
discipline my behavior in regards to what this platform represents and whom this platform represents. So these are boundaries that are there that discipline my virtual and physical interactions with people too, because
Mm.
this is more important than the moment that I might get caught up in. Because the moments they come to visit me, like, what this saying around? Hey, right, and you like, what this say? Like, so if I allow myself to succumb to one of those moments, everything that I built is gone. You see what I'm saying? Everything that I built is
Mm-hmm.
gone. In regards to credibility, that's one thing that you can't get back. After that credibility is gone, it's squandered. That's it. It's a wrap. So you become like the rest of the misfits and the monkeys in the zoo. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I love that. And I feel you on that. And boundaries are a must have. Cause like you said, it's so easy to tell to distance yourself from somebody physically, but how do you distance yourself from that person emotionally so that you're not exposing your vulnerabilities unnecessarily, you know? and you pretty much setting yourself up to have your bank drained, you know. So totally get that, baby, because like I said, I used to be Miss Walk all over you. Okay, just a yes bitch. You know, a talk shit inside my head but don't say it out loud type joint. You know what I'm saying? That used to be me. But once I learned like I'm not gonna tolerate this behavior. And once I see this behavior, I'm getting the fuck. You know what I'm saying? And once I start doing that type of shit, things got a lot better for me. So I feel you. Where you coming from on that? 100%. All right, you got my last question.
Last question. Yep. And that's a perfect way to end this segment, and we'll be back for part 2. Okay. How do you make time for self care and nurture your own emotional and physical well being? And what does that look like for you on a personal level?
Okay. So
the way you rolled them eyes, like, wait a minute. Get out of my notes, Jesus. Jesus, get him out of my notes.
okay, you being nosy. Okay, so how do I make time for self-care? By telling motherfuckers no. Okay, by I'm so good at it now. You know, I'm so good at it now. I'm so good at like, hey, I am overstimulated. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I need to take some Odessa time. I need a day without nobody around me. You know what I mean? I know how to ask for that. I've cultivated a support system where I'm not struggling. You feel what I'm saying? I fostered positive relationships with people so that I don't have to do things alone. My best friend, my sister, she will, if I call her and be like, sis, can you watch the baby for me? Can you come sit with me while I clean up? Can you help me with this? You know, energetically, she gonna come through. You feel what I'm saying? And I got quite a few, you know, outside of the state that I can ask and I can lean on for certain things. You know, that's how I'm able to make that time. I had to build relationships. I had to be open to be hurt. I had to go through shit. I had to be disappointed in people. I had to experience some of the same things in different people. You feel what I'm saying? I had to go through and refine my definition of support. That way I could define self-care for myself. Because self-care for yourself is going to look different when you don't have no support. You get what I'm saying? So I'm the type of person, I need alone time. I am highly sensitive to energy. So I get overstimulated, I get overwhelmed, I get anxious, and I get angry. You know what I'm saying? Very irritable. Okay, military diagnosed me with bipolar 1 disorder. So I can feel when I'm working myself up. You know, I can feel those things. So I had to learn myself in order to understand what I need to care for myself. You know, what makes me feel good, what makes me feel fulfilled. Like you said in the beginning of the show, what gives me rest? And that's a day to myself. So I don't got to worry about nobody else needs. You feel what I'm saying? And so what it looks like for me is a weekend away from kids, man, phone. You know what I'm saying? It's nap almost every day. Cause who I took it back to kindergarten, baby. I'm gonna take me a nap. I'm gonna get me one in. I take naps at least 3 days out the week for sure. At least maybe 4 days out the week. I'm gonna take me a nap. Period. Okay. My food, you know how I eat. Like, I'm a intermittent faster. Okay, I'm a flexitarian, so I eat what I want to eat when I feel like I want it. Okay, and I'm an intentional eater, so I understand what my cravings mean. I understand what my hunger pains mean. I know when I'm emotionally eating, when I'm actually hungry, when I need certain types of nourishment. It all feels different in my stomach. Okay, so um you know, making sure I'm nourished, okay, spiritually nourished. I call and talk to my people that I love. That's self-care for me. You know, is reaching out, you know, asking for help. You feel me? Because I really just got good at that this year, within this past year or two, asking for help. You know what I mean? Like, really ask for the help I really need. Like, I don't need somebody to come clean up for me. I just need somebody to sit with me while I'm cleaning. So I don't know if some it's a mental, you know, but it's like I need that, you know, just to be in that space, in that flow with me, you know. So it's like it's constantly changing, you know, just because of, you know, where you're at. When I was living in a shelter, my self-care looked different than when I'm living at home, in my own place. If I'm staying with someone else, that looks a little different than staying by myself. When I got kids, my self-care, my children, self-care looks a little different when I'm with them. You know what I mean? So I made sure that my self-care can evolve around whatever I have going on. But my ideal my ideal routine is time to myself, saying hell no, I can't do that for you. I don't have the mental space for that. I don't have the emotional space for that. Telling people, hey, we've talked about this already. What else you want me to do? We already done talked about this 4 times. That's self-care to me. Not keep repeating myself over and over again. Not keep allowing people that refuse to do the internal work, stress me the hell out. Okay, whether you a client, you a customer, you a friend, you a cousin, you a mama, you a sister, you're not going to continuously stress me with your stressors. You know, I tell my friends, I'm not the venting friend. Don't come vent to me. Come looking for solutions. And in the finding the solutions, I must hear the problem. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to hear the problem if you don't want solutions for it. And I say that. You feel what I'm saying? I don't just let motherfuckers dump on me and then be pissed about it later. No, I let you know up front what type of friend I am. What type of person I am when it comes to how I show my compassion. You know? So that's it for me, you know, because I feel that compassion and empathy and sympathy and all of these things that soften the blow of truth for others, I guess. Okay. All of those things have a place and a time, and I also believe they are reserved for certain people. Everybody don't deserve your compassion. Everybody don't deserve your attention. Everybody don't deserve your kindness. You know, and I learned that for myself, and that's how I take care of me and my feelings. You know, I don't really have too many life problems. You feel what I'm saying? I don't really have too much drama going on. You feel me? I got two main things in my life, and it's all dealing with family and children. You feel what I'm saying? But as far as other motherfuckers, you know, that shit don't exist to me. I don't take on people problems. I'm the problem solver. You feel what I mean? I resolve the issues. I dissolve the issues. So I don't facilitate the enabling of the issue. Okay. And that's that
Okay. That was said it so nice. I had to do it thrice. Okay, thrice,
okay.
thrice. Right. So thankful to
Yeah,
y'all for
indeed.
tuning in and staying here on this ride. All right. We didn't quite get to 21 questions, so we got 21 questions part 2. Okay, part 2 coming soon here. Okay, part 2 coming soon here. All right. So, Mama OD, final thoughts, final word to the family because they love you. Okay, they've been here checking for you the entire time. Okay, the entire time. So, final words, final thoughts, and
Hey.
where people can find you, and leverage your services. And again, one more again. All right.
Yes. So we got this 31-day challenge going on. Okay. Every day we asking we doing a journal prompt. We taking some action. Okay. So what I want to say, and I want to make clear, and I want y'all to understand, okay, is that we must this is a identity upgrade challenge. That means in this challenge you will be learning more about yourself and being provided questions and daily action that you can take and implement into your life to help upgrade who you are. Right? Because who we are is not the flesh, right? We are the spirits within the flesh. You have a body, okay? You have a soul, right? But you are the spirit, okay? The holy breath that connects us all, okay? So, and also when one of us heals, ladies, we all heal, okay? So, this is the time for restoring the balance. Scorpio season is about death and transformation, death and rebirth. So we're going to take these next 21 days because we 10 days in. We're going to take these next 21 days and grow within ourselves. Grow our principles, our ethics, our morals, our strategy, our system. Okay? Because wintertime is coming. And wintertime, everything slows down. Okay, everything takes a break. So during this fall season, we need to be putting some things into place so that the winter blues don't hit us, so that we can have our mind ready and rested for the springtime. Okay? And that's what I got for y'all. I love each and every one of y'all that's here and listening and been here. All of my supporters. KB, you know I got mad love for you, okay? If I could just come hug you, you know I would, okay? And that's all I got. That's my good word.
I love it. So we'll be back with part 2. Stay tuned, and stay tuned. All right. We up out of here, y'all. Go mind somebody else's business. Don't mind our business.
Peace.
Peace.
Martial Law Productions. This on some New York type vibe, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they call me that long leg, tall 6-footer. Yeah, I'm Slim Goody, and I'm the goodest. Better than half these mumble rappers babbling about their gangster and pussy that they done captured. Disrespectful. Make me wanna smack you with a maxi pad full of a woman's blood, and maybe you regret you called her anything that was less than a god, cause she's a god, and tie you up and get my dome moms to beat you. Let me get back to the rap. I'm the hand in the clap. I'm all that like Pow Daffy Duck. You ducking down, I'm coming up. And they be like, damn, who the fuck is she? I am who I am, who the fuck I be. I rep the 212 to the 504 to the 404 to the 713. Really? Man, fuck it, I'm a earthling. Some call me a wish the way my potions be working. Give a fuck about your Birkin bag. Give me some dirt with land and apple trees so I could grow my own food. Really? That's the shit I'm on. I'm mastering metaphysics with the dick I'm on.
Yeah.
Some of y'all regret it, some of y'all regret it.
Big yo,
no
baby.
one can calm on this mic.
When desire meets destiny, that success is a recipe way past what the brain can comprehend is how you measure me. Beyond space-time, watch me lace rhymes while religious individuals still here trying to chase signs. Prophetic, comedic, spitting diuretic, that means the God shit on these peasants one day in my presence. Written hidden message like the hieroglyphs. You gon' need the Da Vinci Code and at least 1,000 microchips to decipher the cure for the sick shit. The game full of murderers, hoes, robbers, and misfits. Misguided, raised on that European trick shit. We bringing back the African voodoo, warlock, and witch shit. Black magic at its highest level, shame the devil. No knowledge of self cause they scared that you'll reign forever. Untamed beast, exorcism of these mental shackles. Graduated to a god, so to the right I turn my tassel. You say it's blasphemy, look at your current situation. Hate me, but give your oppressor your full participation. Historically they murder niggas with no hesitation, but you pledge allegiance to the folks that plan your devastation. Now that's sickening, who the fuck is you kidding? It's amazing how you niggas can be so fucking forgiving. For the pale face, the self-hate, the real pandemic. But with that same self-hate, ain't no love left in it. Y'all some trained niggas, the same niggas that'll aim at niggas, but won't check the same cracker that slain niggas. Killed, enslaved, and wonder why we enraged. It's ingrained, some of y'all don't even know your real name, nigga. And it's a shame, nigga. Big yo, baby.